I'm Marilee Caruso. It's Tuesday, July 29th. Today, a message from America.
He's a representative of, some of the most evil things that are happening in the world right now.
Folks, please welcome Ambassador Hoekstra.
What Donald Trump's spokesperson to Canada had to say to Winnipeg business leaders. Also today, off the streets.
This is, I think, a significant seizure.
Winnipeg police make a multi-million-dollar drug bust in an alleged international drug trafficking ring. Plus, a star on the mound. The Hollywood celebrity who showed up at a Winnipeg ball game last night. Dozens of protesters line the sidewalk outside the Winnipeg Art Gallery today with signs like "Abolish NATO" and "Hands off Canada." Why? Inside, the U.S. ambassador to Canada was giving a speech to the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce at a time when Canada-U.S. relations are at an impasse.
People are really concerned about what they're seeing in Palestine right now. They're really concerned about the war budget going up, and we're out here to make a stand that we need to be independent of the U.S. and we don't want to go down the same road that the U.S. is going down right now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. U.S. President Donald Trump's threats of tariffs and annexation have changed the long-standing friendly relationship between our two countries. So when Trump's ambassador to Canada, Pete Hoekstra, arrived in Winnipeg today, he was greeted with protests and a keen interest from the local business community. To explain what happened, CTV's Taylor Brock joins us now. So Taylor, what did the ambassador say in Winnipeg today?
Well, merely Pete Hoekstra has been speaking across Canada over the past few weeks. He's been trying to calm the waters, pushing Trump's trade agenda with local business leaders.
Folks, please welcome Ambassador Hoekstra.
Hoekstra was welcomed today by the Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce. Right now, Canada and the U.S. are in heated trade talks as Trump's imposed tariffs on Canadian imports go into effect on Thursday. During his speech today, Hoekstra says he's confident Canada and the U.S. can hammer out a deal that benefits both countries.
Hopefully very soon we will be able to outline an agreement that is good for the United States and is also good for Canada to reframe exactly what that relationship is going to look like with Canada. It will change, but I am very optimistic. I'm passionate about the Canadian-American relationship. I think as a result of this, the framework will change, but we will continue to be strong partners. Economically, we will continue to be strong partners from a law enforcement basis. We will continue to be strong partners militarily.
Meanwhile, outside, protesters voiced their opposition to United States foreign policies and the fact that Hoekstra was even invited to Winnipeg in the first place. CTV's Jeff Keel was at the speech today. He'll share reaction from local business leaders, protesters, and the ambassador himself coming up on CTV News at 6.
All right, looking forward to that. Thanks, Taylor. A 49-year-old Winnipeg man has been arrested in connection to a multi-million-dollar international drug trafficking ring.
This is, I think, a significant seizure. Unfortunately, it's been one of the larger seizures, but many that we've had this year.
Check this out. This is what more than $2 million worth of illicit drugs looks like. 43 kilograms of meth and 1,900 grams of cocaine were seized by Winnipeg police from 3 different locations. The lengthy investigation, which started back in April, involved an alleged trafficking network which brought drugs from south of the border into Winnipeg to be distributed across Canada. Winnipeg's organized crime unit calls it a major bust, one which it says shows the illegal drug trade is alive and well in Winnipeg.
Drugs are still readily available in the city, and the organized crime unit is putting a big dent in how much people who are using this stuff or who are selling it can access.
Police say the drugs were shipped by various methods, even through the mail. The 49-year-old man arrested faces numerous drug and trafficking charges. He was released on an undertaking. Police say the investigation isn't over and don't believe the suspect worked alone. The wildfire situation remains tense for one northern community. Although crews are holding the line in and around Snow Lake, a fire there is nearly on the community's doorstep. As you can see on this map, the fire in the north is creeping across the golf course and is now less than a kilometer from the town itself. That's where crews are concentrating their efforts. They're busy digging fire breaks as heavy equipment and air support keeps the flames at bay. But take a look at what's happening on the left-hand side of your screen. That is the Lower Lake mine. And although the town says hotspots have popped up on either side of the highway leading to the mine, it appears crews have managed to protect the mine itself. The company evacuated the mine a few days ago. And the town says a new finger has blown out to the south and is now heading towards Chisel Lake. That is the blue area you see at the bottom of your screen. Crews are creating fire lines in this area despite scrambling. Snow Lake's mayor says she's optimistic.
We're winning this game. It's going to be a fight. It's not over yet, but we are winning. The town and the mines are safe for the time being. And just keep the faith that this will be over hopefully soon, but we don't know exactly when.
Meantime, the community of Cormorant, which is about 80 kilometers northeast of the Paw and home to about 300 people, is under a mandatory evacuation order as of this afternoon. And we're learning today residents of Titasqueak Cree Nation are starting to return home 2 months after they were forced out by wildfires. Some 2,400 people were sent to Winnipeg, Thompson, Brandon, even Niagara Falls, Ontario. A Northern Manitoba First Nation is demanding action from Manitoba Hydro over low water levels it says have left the community stranded.
Everybody else is benefiting except for First Nations people. Everyone is making money and everyone is receiving a service, and the only people that are impacted negatively are the First Nations communities.
York Factory First Nation is about 100 kilometers northeast of Thompson and sits between two major hydro facilities, the Kelsey and Kiask dams. The First Nation says those dams have caused water levels to fall drastically in recent years, meaning the ferry can no longer move people, goods, or medicine. It also says winter roads are now less reliable and it's more difficult to fish.
The low water that we're experiencing right now is unprecedented, and we're hearing that it's going to go lower. And our ferry, our way out, is just sitting there, can't even move. So we're basically stuck. 8 years you've been reading.
In an email response to questions, the Manitoba Hydro spokesperson says the low water levels on Split Lake are a result of ongoing drought conditions, which are affecting the entire province. It maintains lines of communication with First Nation leadership are open, and Hydro has loaned a boat and crew to assist with the transport of people and supplies to York Factory First Nation. Brandon property owners wanting to plant trees in their yard are getting some help. The city of Brandon is offering to reimburse up to $300 for trees planted on private residential property. There are some requirements, such as selecting from a pre-approved list of tree species and following safe planting guidelines. You're also expected to maintain the tree for at least 2 years. You can head to the City of Brandon's website for more details. Team Manitoba is getting ready to represent our province at the 2025 Canada Summer Games, and they'll be doing it in their own style.
Now, Ben Purvis is even rocking one of the backpacks, the slides, as you guys can see.
We were introduced to the team today and even got a sneak peek at those uniforms. It's not just t-shirts and pants anymore. This team will also be sporting slides, custom gibbets, and more when they head to Newfoundland in a couple of weeks. 374 athletes will represent Manitoba in 19 sports, some of those athletes from Cross Lake.
They've been evacuated, they've had to go back, they're still doing everything they can to put a team in place and compete and practice ahead of time, so it's a pretty inspiring story to see what they had to go through.
Canoe Kayaks Luke Enns will be Team Manitoba's flag bearer for the opening ceremony. This is the third time the 19-year-old has represented Manitoba at a Canada Games. The Summer Games runs from August 8th to the 25th. All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. What are you tracking for us today, Colleen?
Well, first of all, those sharp suits.
They look good.
Great,
yeah.
Team Toba. Go get them.
I had to Google what a gibbets was.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No.
I think it's, well, see, and I'm pretty sure it's like it goes onto your slides. It's like a decoration.
Well, it looks fabulous.
Viewers can correct me if I'm wrong, but
we'll get to the bottom of it.
I had a few seconds
back
to try and figure out what it was, and that's what I come up with so far.
Well, we will report back on this because we'll get to the bottom of it.
I clearly don't have any.
Well, no, not at this time, but that could change. What won't be changing,
we'll have
though,
to start getting some.
No, what won't be changing though soon, though, Marilee, the smoke, unfortunately. It's going to be here for a while. There is some relief in sight, but it's not imminent, put it that way. We do have also a little bit of precipitation near the international border once again, but most of Manitoba tonight under an air quality warning, including the city of Winnipeg, and those warnings just keep getting expanded further and further into Ontario as well. So I will show you when that relief is on the way, which is good in the one hand, but on the other hand, that smoke is going to go somewhere else. I'll show you that too. Let's take a look right now through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. Smoke over the city right now. It is 24 degrees, light northwest winds, not moving that smoke around either. The pressure is dropping and the humidity is 37%. Out on the roads we go on this Tuesday afternoon. A live look out onto McPhillip Street. Traffic moving well there.
A popular attraction at Assiniboine Park Zoo has died. We'll have more on that just ahead. And a Winnipeg event featuring a controversial American musician has been blocked. We'll explain after the break.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
The city of Winnipeg has denied a booking permit for a controversial American musician who is scheduled to perform later this month. A city spokesperson says it wouldn't be feasible to allow Sean Foyt's event at Central Park to go ahead. It says organizers are expecting around 2,000 people, which would take away from the local community's ability to enjoy the small park. The city also cited the need for emergency services to be able to drive through the area, which might be challenging if there's high levels of foot and vehicle traffic. Complaints about Foyt, who's spoken out against abortion and LGBTQ people, is a rising star in the MAGA movement. Officials in Eastern Canada canceled several of his concerts there. Decisions some free speech advocates say are violating the charter. CTV News has reached out to Foyt for comment, but we haven't yet heard back. Assiniboine Park Zoo has said goodbye to one of its red pandas. The zoo announced the passing of Sachi Monday. Sachi has been receiving care to address gastrointestinal disturbances for a number of years, but those issues recently increased in frequency and intensity. She was born in Nagano, Japan in 2012 and arrived in Winnipeg in 2014. The zoo says Sachi was sassy, very smart, and enjoyed feeding puzzles and sweet treats like figs, apples, and dates. Sachi was part of the Red Panda Species Survival Plan program and has 3 surviving offspring, 2 of which live at the zoo. Winnipeg police officers are asking for your help locating a missing 40-year-old man. Guanan Zan was last seen Saturday night at 6 p.m. in the city's South Point area. He's 5'8" with a thin build and has black hair and brown eyes. Zan was last seen wearing glasses, a black hat, a red shirt, and a black jacket. Officers are concerned for his well-being. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call Winnipeg Police Missing Persons Unit or Crime Stoppers.
Coordination, you would opposite arm, opposite leg.
A new outdoor fitness trail is open in Winnipeg. We'll show you where it is. But first, the Hollywood celebrity who made an appearance at a Winnipeg Gold Eyes game last night.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Led Zepp again, the premier tribute.
Colleen Brady is back now for Spotlight, and we've talked a lot about the big movie production in town right now, which has led to a number of John Travolta sightings everywhere, but he's not the only star in town.
Oh, no. There was a celebrity sighting at the Winnipeg Gold Eyes baseball game just last night. That's Dermot Mulrooney. He threw out the first pitch as the Goldies hosted the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks. He is in town filming the movie November 1963, which, as you mentioned, also stars Travolta. Mulrooney plays Chucky Nicoletti, a mobster, a magazine article implicated in the assassination of JFK. Filming is set to wrap later this week.
He did a pretty good throw, too.
Sure did, yeah.
Sometimes those things go sideways, but
yes, figuratively and literally, yeah.
Okay, this next story is for the classic rock fans. You got some good news for them.
That's right. The Centennial Concert Hall has announced a pair of shows to take you back in time. Classic Albums Live will be performing the Beatles' iconic Abbey Road album on May 13th. And if you don't want to wait that long, you can also catch them playing Led Zeppelin 2 on January 18th. As always, Classic Albums Live promises to perform the albums in their entirety, note for note. General sale tickets for both shows are available starting August 6th. Just head to centennialconcerthall.com.
Well, after a summer of wildfires, I am sure the folks out at Lac du Bonnet are ready to have some fun this weekend.
I would agree, and fun they will have at the 18th Fire and Water Music Festival. Lac du Bonnet and the beautiful Winnipeg River are the backdrops of this music festival this August-long weekend. The festival showcases unique and independent Canadian artists on 2 stages. There's also workshops, children's programming, and a classic car show. Tickets and camping spots are still available. Just visit fireandwater.ca.
All right, a Manitoban, we are hearing, was given a pretty big national honor this weekend.
They were crowned Miss Indigenous Canada. Winner Gina Bobard is from Sagging First Nation. They are two-spirited and an LGBTQS+ advocate, leading their community's first ever Pride event this summer. In a Facebook post, Bobard thanked their home community, two-spirit kin and loved ones for their support.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for this, Colleen.
You're welcome. Your primetime lineup kicks off with E-Talk at 7, followed by The Amazing Race Canada at 9, then Battle of the Generations wraps up the night at 10, only on CTV. A live look now out onto the Norway Bridge. Very busy traffic moving southbound towards St. Mary. Smoky in the city, 24 degrees. We'll take a look at how much longer the smoke is going to hang over the city coming up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your Skywatch evening forecast. How's the smoke in the air today, Colleen? Are we seeing any advisories regarding it?
We are, but I want to show you first Environment Canada's Air Quality Health Index. It tracks the risk for poor air quality over Winnipeg. And for the past 24 hours, air quality was very poor. Basically, this looks at the risk of poor air quality on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low risk or good air quality, 10 plus being very high risk for poor air quality. And as I mentioned, for a day now, it's been at the wrong end of the scale, poor air quality over the city. Some improvement in the last few minutes. We've slid down the scale down to 7. That still puts the city at high risk for poor air quality, but that's to be expected to a certain extent as these smoke plumes come and go. But the air quality warning issued also by Environment Canada remains very much in effect. So I want to show you that right now too, because it's not just for Winnipeg, it's for a good swath of Manitoba, Northwestern Ontario as well. Again, basically all these areas lighting up in purple. Essentially all of Manitoba, with the exception of the most northern parts of the province. Over the border into northwestern Ontario, those air quality warnings, as I mentioned, keep getting expanded further and further to the east. Now, Environment Canada says the smoke that's over the southern part of the province is really trapped under a ridge of high pressure over the region. You have that coupled with light winds, and essentially that smoke is just swirling around. The expectation is it will stay like that throughout the day tomorrow and tomorrow night. Then the winds will start to shift. They'll come more out of the south by Thursday, and that will start to move the smoke on out. Trouble is, it's going to go up into northern Manitoba, which already has plenty of smoke there too. So on the one hand, good news for the south, not good news for the north. Speaking of the south, back in the southwest corner, just keep your eyes on the skies there. Some non-severe thunderstorms pushing through. A little bit went through already, but a bigger band of rainfall is heading your way if you're in the Melita region. But this doesn't last long. You see, this is just going to scoot over into the U.S. within the next couple of hours or so, and there's not much to this. A little bit of scattered shower activity perhaps tonight in parts of the north, but there, again, not much. Essentially pretty dry and very smoky. Aside from that, partly cloudy conditions over the Winnipeg area. We get into the day ahead on Wednesday. Again, it doesn't look like much. Generally clear under the ridge of high pressure, but it will be very smoky. This will continue into Thursday when temperatures are going to start to warm up. 11 degrees is our low for tonight, partly cloudy, but that will be mitigated by the smoke, light winds, mostly sunny again. Sure, but it will be smoky. 24 is the high. Then we look at the long-range forecast. 25 and sunny Thursday. We have that bomber game Friday evening, a high of 26 degrees, then even hotter for the long weekend. Take a look at this. 27 degrees all 3 days of the August long weekend with sunshine or a mix of sun and cloud. Take a close look. You can barely see the skyline of the city. Now, Dennis took this photo from Westview Park, aka Garbage Hill. Very smoky in Winnipeg, and this is not too far from Winnipeg also. Smoky over that field in Starbuck from Ken. Send us your pics to Winnipeg weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. People living and working in the Exchange District have a new outdoor space to work out.
And then if you want to add a little coordination, you would opposite arm.
Area City Councillor Vivian Santos was among those who helped open an outdoor fitness trail in Stephen Juba Park. It stretches along Waterfront Drive from the Mirror Hotel to Blue Cross Park. The route is popular with joggers and used for outdoor fitness classes. The River Run Fitness Trail features 6 stations, 3 with exercise equipment, 2 which take advantage of existing features, and a rubber surface for floor exercises.
And we're hoping that in the future we install additional fitness stations beyond here, so it's even a much larger trail.
Now, signs show you how to use the equipment, but you can even scan a QR code that will take you to instructional videos. Coming up soon, we're told, a bottle filling station and a water feature for pets. Pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Maybe folks will be wearing their gibbets there. Maybe the councillor will as well. They appear to be little baubles you stick in your Crocs.
Yes, that's what I thought. So maybe they have like spots in the slides of the team uniforms.
Check
I don't
it
know.
out.
But I'm here for it. Yeah. All right. Don't go far. We'll be back at 6 with more local news.